everyone on our first training of the upgraded comp plan, and it truly is. They added money to this plan, and it was unbelievable. Hernan and I, when we jumped into this in February, we didn't really know what to expect. You looked at the unilevel looked a little weak. Kurt and Kristen assured us that the money was in the bonuses and the revenue sharing, but we just knew we had a great product. So we actually went out and shared. And I brought in a lot of people, so did Hernan. And we had our best first months ever. It just blew our minds. By the end of the month, really, I didn't even look at it because I didn't even know. I didn't track what was happening at all. It was the last day of the month when I looked, and it boggled my mind. And I looked at my wife and said, "Is that correct, that amount?" And she just had a wry smile, and she'd been kind of quiet all month, even though I was on the phone a lot. And she was happy, she was happy because I was doing really well. And that's what she said, "You're doing really well." Well, the plan was a little slanted towards people like that, people that would, bring in a lot of packs. And so we thought, great. But I think there was a member of the management team that said, "Wow." And this member of the management team is a top tier kind of recruiting guy from a company, always the top recruiter in this one company that had a lot of sales. And so I think the March Madness materialized because they thought, wow, we can incentivize them with these multiple pack kinds of things. Well, Hernan and I, we looked at that and we didn't really like it because it was complicated. And you don't want to give a new team something complicated. So we tended not to train on it. I just kind of stopped training on it. I didn't want to confuse anybody because it was involved selling multiple packs and all of this stuff and multiple customers. And yeah, the bonuses were great, but I didn't want to shoot for that because it's not duplicatable. So I just kind of pulled back a little bit. And truly the month of March and April were kind of slow months for us. We didn't do a whole lot. And we began to get some complaints from the field, and Hernan and I didn't even realize until probably about 10 days, maybe as much as 2 weeks ago, if people sold 1 or 2 packs in their business, they weren't getting paid. You had to sell at least 3. And we both hit it's like, that's it. So we called Kurt and Kristen, we met with them. We explained that this is not good. And we explained why. This is teamwork. This is about allowing for, it doesn't matter what a person's background is. Maybe they're an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter or an accountant or an attorney or a stay-at-home mom. It doesn't matter, but typically most people's background is not sales. In fact, salespeople tend not to do well in network marketing. Why? Because they don't duplicate. They're demonstrating something that people fear. People don't want to go out and sell anybody anything, really. I mean, some people are good at it. Some people force themselves to do it, but the masses of people don't really want to do it. So the salesperson never builds a team because they're so good at selling that they intimidate everybody, and people might actually join and buy a product, but they won't duplicate. We want duplication. So we talked to Kurt and Kristen. They were on board with that. From the very beginning, they agreed with everything we said, but it was up to the company and the management team to approve these things. Well, Hernan and I went for it. We said, this is what we want. We want simplicity. We want the cookie cutter. We want something that everyone can do. We want something that will duplicate, and we want something that pays money to people right away so that people can make money and start their business and start it with a bang, with a paycheck. And they did it. They did everything we wanted, plus they threw in some icing on the cake here and there. It was amazing. By the time they finished, the total payout is 55% no breakage. Let me tell you how powerful that is. I've been in network marketing for 35 years, in and around it. I've been on 6 advisory boards. I'm not proud of that fact. I want to be on just 1 advisory board. I want to be on a company that actually does listen and does actually strike the balance so that you have good pay going to people that are starting their business, but you can reward leadership nicely. And it's really hard to strike that balance, especially with the paradigm most companies use. And most companies have a BV, PV, so it's like at best it's 80%, that you're actually getting paid on. This is dollar for dollar, except for the Sequoia dog food, the dried food and the canned food. It's dollar for dollar, so there's no breakage there. And if you look at the comp plan, it all pays out 100%. So this is 55% payout, no breakage. I've been with companies that said they had a 50% payout, even 55%. But I've said on the boardrooms, I've looked at the inside of actual payouts of those companies, and it always hits somewhere between 30 and 35% because of breakage. All of those plans, the unilevels, the matrices, the binaries, people aren't qualifying for something. Where does it go? It goes up to the company. In PetClub, if somebody doesn't qualify for something, it goes up to the next person that qualifies. The money is 100% paid out. And when you have a 55% payout, that makes history. That doesn't happen. The only way that can happen is, one, a company has to be debt-free. It's the only way they can do it. And they are debt-free. Two, they have to be smart. They have to be really smart about business and not overspend. A lot of companies like the flash and glamour, and they like, they build these beautiful brick and steel impressive structures, and and the owners buy Ferraris and things like that. So it's all flashy. It's about flash and show. These owners are down to earth. Everything is managed carefully. They run a really tight ship, and they can afford to pay us. They started this company with a vision of PetClub. The people that come in here and build a team, they will share in the ownership of this company. And Hernan and I proved that out by jumping in and building with a comp plan that was geared towards sharing with us. But there was one area that was a little weak even then, even that first month we worked. It was at the very beginning. Well, not anymore. We've got them. They listened. They pushed a lot of money to the front side. They didn't take it away from other parts of the plan. So it caused them to actually pay out an actual payout of 55%. That means they're taking home about 10% or less. So that means they're generous. That means they truly are on a mission to get this out to the world. And we can turn this into a substantial business. So Hernan has the numbers, and he's going to put them up on the screen, and we're going to go over it piece by piece to let you know what's happening. And March 1st will mark truly the beginning of something spectacular. This will be a venerable barn burner, and word will get out pretty fast on this. So you're fortunate to be here.
Okay, so let's go through this. I wasn't even able to finish it. That's how jammed up I was on time. We just got the final numbers, and I started putting this together right away. So Jerry and I'll go through this with you guys, and then and then we may be able to take a couple questions if we can get through it. Okay, so you are a brand advocate to start, and then you create your own customer account, and then you acquire one additional customer, and those customers are on a free shipping smart ship minimum of $49. It could be more. And now you're a brand advocate.
Brand Advocate Plus.
Brand Advocate Plus, correct. Now, to get to the regional manager bonus, you're a Brand Advocate Plus with 2 customers. And you identify 3 friends that would like to join you and become a Brand Advocate Plus. They get their own customer account and acquire one additional customer, and now they're each a Brand Advocate Plus. Now you've just earned $200 based on the structure. It's a $200 bonus for hitting regional manager. Is that good, Jerry? Anything you want to add?
And that's new. And Hernan's going to get to the money you earn with the packs. Yeah. So go to the next page, and we'll add that all together. Oh yeah, and it requires to do that in the first 30 days to get the bonus. And let me jump in on that.
Yeah.
I love it when you give people a 30-day little bit of pressure at the beginning, because bringing in 3 people is proven to be the industry average. It actually averages at 2.7 people. So it really is a 3 people average, because a lot of people get in and do nothing. They think that it's a ticket to, well, a lot of people in network marketing, they just want to get the product. And in other companies, it's like join as a distributor and you get a better price. So they never intended to bring anyone. So it brings the average down a little bit. But the 3 is a good average. Anybody that's building the business, they pretty much bring in 3 in the early stages of their business 100% of the time, because that's just very doable. It fits the paradigm of most people, especially with something where you have a immune modulator at a time that immune modulator is in huge demand. Everybody is interested in their immune system being, perfected and on guard, and so they're protected. So everybody wants it. So it's not a tough sell. You share with 10 people, you'll get 3. So the thing about the 30 days is that people, once they join, and we all know this, the people that have been in the business, this industry, for like a few years, and I've been around it for 35 years, I've seen it. When people join, they're super excited, but then life steps in. Other responsibilities step in, and something with the children, and something, the vacation, and this and that. People are really good at procrastinating, putting things off. A month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, and then they're cooled off. Then they're pretty much like, well, okay, I'm not that, I'm not going to get back to the business. I'm going to keep taking the product. The shine wears off a little bit because they've distanced themselves. It's just a natural thing of life. But if you apply a 30-day window to get something done in the first 30 days, they start thinking, okay, I can do that. I got 30 whole days to do it. And you know what? They do it. I've seen it time and time again. When you have that window of time, people do it. And that creates the kind of momentum that you want in business, because the thing is, speed is massively affects your business. If you do something quickly, then you've demonstrated something to people and they do it quickly. And then it becomes like a snowball rolling down the hill. It picks up speed. So the 30-day window is perfect. It gives you a complete 30 days to earn that $200 bonus. Now, I can't answer the question, is it going to start March 1st with everybody? Like, let's say there's people on this call that haven't brought in a single person. Will it reset for them? I don't know. But I do know, all of the new people you bring in, let them know they have 30 days, become a regional manager, and become a brand advocate plus. That's the first step. Your first day, set up your 2 customer accounts. And then Hernan will show you, what happens next after you're a BA plus.
So here are the new business builder bonuses for the $199 human and pet builder packs. The brand advocate now participates in the bonus from the very get-go. And that's why Jerry's, when he said, get your 2 customers right away the first day. That way, when you start selling these packs, when you start bringing people on board, they're buying the packs, you're earning commissions. So the brand advocate earns $40. The regional manager earns $20. The regional directors $20, and so on. And again, we have the roll-up feature built into this. So if you come in and you hit a regional manager and you bring in a brand new person and they buy a pack, you're picking up both. You're picking up the $20 and the $40 until they become a brand advocate. And so the same thing happens throughout the whole structure. You can earn as much as $100. If you're a national vice president and you're enrolling somebody brand new and your team starts buying the packs to build out, this is going to really make a huge difference. Here is the $499 custom builder pack. The brand advocate earns $90 on that pack. The regional manager earns $50. The regional director $50. And again, we have the roll-up feature built in. So if you're a regional director and you enroll somebody new and their team starts buying the packs, it's all going to compress up to you. And then you can earn as much as 190 as a regional director. Here's the $999 custom builder pack. The brand advocate sells one of those. They make $180. The regional manager gets 100. The regional director gets 100, and we have the roll-up feature built into this. So again, if you hit regional manager and you're starting new teams and you're enrolling people, you're gonna that brand advocate plus bonus is gonna roll up to you. So those packs are gonna really start paying. You can generate a full-time income. Jerry and I did from the very beginning. Our first week, second week, it was amazing what was happening. Now it's going to happen for you guys exactly as it did for us. So again, the alpha pack bonuses are still in place. Those have not changed.
Let me give a couple of examples just so people can conceptualize it. Let's just say, go back to the initial 199. So the 199, you get $40. You just came into the business. You bring in 3 people, you get $40 for each one of those. That's $120. And you pick up the $200 bonus for making regional manager. That's $320 you put in your pocket.
Yeah.
Right away. You could go out and do that in your first week, $320 paycheck. If you do the middle pack, go to that one, that's 90. Go to the 499 pack. Yeah, 90 times 3 is 270, plus the $200 bonus. That's a 470 that you would have picked up just becoming regional manager. And then if you actually were recruiting people that did the 999 pack, that's 180. So 90 times 90 times 3. No, I mean 180 times 3. What am I saying? 540 plus the $200 bonus. That's $740 you would take home for doing that. But Hernan's also going to get to another bonus that's not far away, that you just help your 3 people get, do what you just did. And there's another bonus, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, so everything else is the same as it was before. There's the pet certification bonus. So this one is the one that Jerry had just mentioned. This is a regional manager elite bonus. So when you have one regional manager in each one of your 3 teams, it's an additional $400 bonus.
Let me add, a lot of companies, they make you have this all in your front line, which makes it really difficult. You'd have to keep going wide because some people aren't going to do it. Some people won't get to, they'll just like that. They just want the product or something, and you didn't even know that. This doesn't matter. Let's say you brought in Alice, and Alice brought in, let's say she brought in Beth. And Beth goes out and becomes a regional manager. You can count Beth. You could count it if it went down 3 or 4 people. You could still count it. The only thing is 3 regional managers, 1 in each of those legs gives you a $400 bonus. So basically what's happening here is they're allowing you to work with your team. They're not forcing you to all be on your front line. They're allowing you to work with whomever steps up to build. And that's the way it always is in network marketing, and where some companies create breakage is they forced you into this matrix and make you build a certain way that it's impossible to do. But PetClub understands it's not a perfect world. It doesn't always work out that way. So if you create in your team 3 regional managers, 1 in each leg, doesn't matter how it happens, then you get a $400 bonus. So you add that to each of those paydays, you could be doing this pretty quickly. So that little payday of 320, well, that all of a sudden becomes 780, because you've picked the roll up from those people becoming regional managers. You picked up the pay, so those 199 packs that generated you a 320 bonus. You add this $400. You add the $60 that roll up to you from them working. You're already at $780. on that middle pack, the 499 pack, if you actually became a regional manager elite, you would add 870 plus 150. Well, no, you'd add 400 to your 470. It makes 870 plus 150 from the roll up. You broke four figures already, 1,020. And the 999 packs, if it was all 999 packs, it becomes 1140 plus the 400 bonus plus 300 is 1,440. So you're pushing $1,500 already. And that's just you becoming a regional manager and helping three people become regional managers. You've already earned $1,500.
Yeah, the key is regional manager, guys. So
Yeah.
you become regional manager, and then you work with your teams, and you help people within those teams to become regional manager, and the magical is going to happen.
It's cookie cutter.
Yep, cookie cutter. So now, once you become a regional director premier, you pick up the you pick up the profit sharing with the company. But now there's no wondering what that bonus is going to be. Your first check when you hit regional director premier, your first bonus check will be $1,000. And then every check after that will be based on the company's volume.
Let me add that that's just one more generation of duplication. That's three generations of duplication. And you're already regional, you have the structure. If everybody's qualifying, you have the structure to be regional director premier with just
Yeah.
three generations of the cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You become regional manager. You help three people become regional manager. You have one more row of people that do that. You're at the regional director premier position, and you pick up the $1,000 bonus, and you're already profit sharing. So you're in full-time income land.
Exactly. And now that we get to the next bonus, if you focus on this, it'll even drive the volume even more. So this is regional director elite bonus, where you have three regional manager elite teams. So it's a $1,500 bonus. So each one of your three teams has three regional managers, one in each leg. So each one of your people, each one of your legs has one person that has three regional managers, one in each leg. $1,500. This is going to drive the volume, and it's going to drive you right into the upper positions of the compensation plan. And
Yeah.
if everybody focused on these cookie cutter blocks where you're just stacking blocks, if everybody focuses on this structure build out, then we're all going to push and pull each other up through the ranks of the company.
Yeah, we'll all be regional vice presidents and national vice presidents.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So in review, and additional bonuses on top of the BA plus now being able to earn off the pack bonuses, you've got in review the regional manager bonus is now 200. The regional manager elite bonus is 400. The regional director premier bonus is 1,000. That's actually a regional director elite bonus. The nomenclature was the last thing that we worked on. So the regional director elite bonus is 1,500. So these are four solid bonuses for you to hit. And then again, just in review, as you run up through these ranks, if we follow these building blocks and we build with these building blocks and we help our team build with these building blocks, you're going to run through all of these ranks. It'll just automatically build the structure and the volume needed to qualify for each one of these. So that's it.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's doable, it explains easily. And that's something that doesn't matter what your background is. You get it. That's enrolling three people and helping them do the same thing. That's what it comes down to.
Excellent changes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll take,
Darian.
we'll take a couple of questions.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Darian.
Thank
Make sure they're to address the topic.
Thank you.
Thank
Regarding the three regional managers, okay, if somebody, first of all, a person, can they join and become a regional manager right away by buying the $9.99 pack still? Or do they
Yes.
have to have somebody have somebody personally enrolled under them in order to
Well,
be a regional manager?
they have to be a qualified BA plus and then buy the pack. Yeah, they
Okay.
become regional manager. Sure.
Okay, so they must have their BA plus before they can hit regional manager.
Yeah, they have to have those two customers with the auto ships
Okay.
and the
And
volume.
then, and then my next question is, once they're regional manager, the screen you showed there, and they've got three regional managers under them to get the 400 bonus. If you're a regional manager, can you help them by placing personal enrollments under them? Or do they have to personally enroll themselves to hit these
Oh.
levels, to get these bonuses?
So I asked that question and I haven't gotten an answer back yet.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, we both had that question.
We'll let you know.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think they may have to be personals. And the person that becomes a regional manager by buying a $9.99 pack, they're not going to get the $200 bonus. They have to enroll the three people to get the $200 bonus.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it in 30 days, you just don't get the $200 bonus. That's the only
Right.
thing that it affects.
And that's 30 days from your own enrollment, or 30 days from their enrollment, correct?
30 days from when you enroll. Yeah.
Not a calendar, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Much better, huh?
Love it. I would like that personally. I would like to have maybe 6 weeks for the first person out of the chute because they're like, I don't know how to do this business. Where's my product? And then because I signed in April 11th and I just got my product yesterday. So
wow.
I, and I don't have a huge network like my upline has. So if I have a personal experience of the product, which I have a personal experience starting last night, then it's much easier for me to go forward and share it with my friends. But I'm already like 3 weeks into my first month.
I tell you, with a positive experience, and you get on the phone the next day and you talk with 10 people, you're going to have 3 come in. I can almost guarantee it. Especially once you let them know that this product is not this company calling it immune modulator. It's the most prestigious health and wellness institutions in the world: Sloan Kettering, MD Anderson, Loma Linda, Harvard, all saying the same thing. So you don't get many no's. So once you start getting the word out, and you've been on a few calls and you hear testimonials, because sometimes, quite frankly, your magic moment with the product may be a month, 6 weeks, 2 months down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're modulating the immune system, things begin changing, and sometimes you don't even realize it. Like, it was about 2 months down the line that I realized I was standing up straighter, and I had more range of motion in my neck, things like that. It took a little time, but I heard enough stories even before I got my product that I knew this was amazing. So once I got my product and 2 days later my lungs cleared up, I'm like, I'm not kidding. I got on the phone, and probably the first day I had maybe 5 people that joined. Because you know how rare it is what we have? It never happens. So it's just a matter of doing it. So I think the 30-day window is a huge window, actually. Even if you started on your last day, if you spent the day calling people, you're going to have your 3 people.
Yeah, like Jerry said, not everybody's going to get the bonus. It's okay if you miss the bonus, you just rock and roll. You run through the ranks, and you do what you can. You make it happen.
Yeah, you just missed the $200. That's all.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's motivating to go after it. But if you miss it, it's not the end of the world. Your business is still there.
The ones that are hungry will hit it regardless. And you know, a lot of people start sharing even before they get their product, and that might be an advantage for you. You know, share Jerry's recordings of his overviews. Share from your app while you're waiting for your product. Get a jump on it. You know.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what I did. I shared the recordings.
Hernan,
Awesome, Terry. That's
you were,
awesome.
you were working on the slide projection or the slides presentation. Is that going to be available in the back office? Or how can we
No,
get our
but
medical hands on it?
no, but I can get it to you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, Hernan, I'd love to have the set of those slides too.
Okay. All right, Dr. H.
No, this is
Yeah.
Bill Kraft.
Oh, Bill Kraft.
The other Dr. H or whatever.
Oh,
Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
Kind of like
Yeah.
back in the 70s, Mr. Bill.
All right, great. Well, what do you think, Jerry? We good?
Yeah, I think we're good. We'll send this recording out to everyone, and then Hernan can send me the slides, and I can get that out later.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the company is going to do a notification, their own webinar, their own presentation. I don't know exactly when. It could be as soon as tomorrow. I think they want to make sure they have everything programmed properly before they actually come out and announce it. We just wanted to get a head start on it because we're so excited. We can't keep our mouths shut.
we were in a hurry to get this out to you guys. Jerry, somebody just asked, will there be a call tonight at Testimonial Tuesday?
Yeah, of course.
There you go. All
Yeah.
right.
I haven't sent out a notice yet, but I'll do that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll send out a text too. Okay, very good. Well, thanks. Thank you everyone for showing up. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thanks, Hernan.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Jerry.
Thank you all.
Have a
Absolutely.
good
Thanks,
day.
Hernan and Jerry.
Yeah.
Best
Keep the
job ever.
keep the questions coming. Your questions are what helps develop this whole thing. So keep
Right.
them coming.
It makes us think outside the box, your questions do.
Yeah. Yeah.
One last question real quick. If you've been in for almost 4 weeks, your 30 days, or maybe your 30 days has passed, you won't be able to earn that bonus, right?
Yeah, it's for new people coming in from this point forward. Yeah. Yeah. When
Okay.
they launch it, they'll probably launch it in the next day or two.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, guys. Everyone have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in a few hours.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.